Well, let's get some reaction to the new tourism regulations with Tsogo Sun Gaming CEO Chris du Toit. Good evening, Chris. Thank you very much for your time. So Monday, hey, are you going to be back with a bang, or should I say a bingo?
Hi, Sally. Good evening, and thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, we're looking forward to opening next week. It's very exciting. When the regulations were promulgated, we were very pleased to see that government took our comments into account, and they adopted the international approach of about a 50% capacity in the casinos. So yes, we're very excited to be able to open next week. If I just look at the energy under our management team and how hard they've been working to get the premises ready and safe for customers and staff, it's fantastic.
Will all your casinos be reopening?
All our casinos will be reopening across the industry, all the casinos basically from the Casino Association, except there's one or two that was mentioned in the press that would not be opening. On the Tsogo Sun Gaming side, we're opening all our casinos. There may be a couple that opens on Tuesday that will be announced on our website, but most of our casinos will open on Monday. So we will be working around the clock to make sure that we meet all these regulations that's come out. Obviously, last night the regulations only mentioned the 50% capacity and the social distancing measures. The other measures we obviously only became aware of now, but most of those are already in process, and we've already implemented at our sites, like the sanitizing, the masks, the processes has got to be followed, the screening and those things. We've already effectively implemented it, so we are ready.
What I wanted to ask you about is the issue of alcohol. You know, obviously you have restaurants around your casinos, and it's really a very immersive experience. Not being able to have a glass of wine if you're going to play the slots and then have a meal. How badly is that going to impact the business?
Look, I think at this stage we all need to work with government, with their regulations and restrictions. I think we all got to accept that there will be restrictive measures. I mean, for example, on the casino floor, there will be a restriction on the number of people that we will be able to allow in, on the percentage of capacity. Then on the restaurant side, there's now a restriction on the alcohol, and obviously also for serving on the casino floor. We will have the same restriction on the casino floor as well. We've got various tenants in our premises that runs their own restaurants as well that will be impacted by that. But I think it's all a process. I think we've all got to just embrace at this stage the positive move by government to allow this industry to open. Restaurants, casinos, and all get open first, and work further on.
You've obviously had a lot of time also to think about how you would do this safely, anticipating what the restrictions might be. But if we think specifically of the casino business, it's the handing out of cards, picking up the cards that have been dealt. It's pulling on the one-arm bandits. It's rolling the dice. A lot of those are contact issues. Have you got provisions for all of those?
Oh, absolutely. We've been working for the last week effectively non-stop, in fact for the last month, to enhance our procedures and processes, to be able to meet, to measure temperature, to be able to complete the questionnaire. You can just appreciate when the people arrive at the casinos, you could create bottlenecks where you've got to complete questionnaires. So we worked hard to automate some of those processes, and then sanitizers with, for example, foot pedals, where somebody can with his foot press it and get the sanitizing material. And then also on the floors, we've got whole processes that we formulated around it.
I know it's been really tough for the Tsogo Sun Group, but it also seems that the group is still quite positive. The news this week that you're taking on 3 ailing hotels, the Mount Grace in Magaliesburg, the Edward in Durban, the Protea Hotel Hazyview, that suggests that even though it's been really tough for the industry, there's still quite a lot of hope that there's going to be a strong bounce back for tourism.
Yes, Sally, obviously that's the Tsogo Sun Hotel group. It's separately listed, but I mean, Tsogo Sun Hotels has made a fantastic move there to now take over the management of those hotels. Obviously through the Hospitality Property Fund, they're already owners of those properties. But yes, we we've got to be positive in South Africa, and everybody's got to work together to make it work. And that's why I think we're also pleased with the fact that government is making this positive move to allow us to open, yet with restrictive measures. It doesn't mean it's all going to be back to normal. Obviously, there's going to be challenges. Yes, and but Sally, I wanted to make one comment. You mentioned earlier about the difference between casinos having, for example, 50% capacity compared to theatres and cinemas. And so, if I may, I thought I should just also make a comment. We've obviously at our casinos also got theatres ourselves and cinemas and theatres. And if you look at the spread of a theatre, we've got the Teatro at Monte Casino. That's a 1,800 seater. So if you have to apply a 50% ratio on, for example, the Teatro, and that will be like 1,000 people in that one theatre. The gaming floors in the casinos in South Africa are vast properties. It's much more widespread. I mean, Monte Casino alone, we're talking about 12,000 square meters. So the social distancing on a casino floor is a lot more widespread than, for example, in a cinema and theatre. So maybe that explains, I think, the comment that was made earlier, or the question.
Thank you so much for your time, and good luck for Monday.